Is your family tree a mystery? Are you fascinated by genealogy? Well, hip hip hooray, let's talk DNA with Julie.
The truth is in your genes.
In CutOff Genes.
Welcome to CutOff Genes in this very special interim episode.
Hi.
Is that a good way to put it?
Sure.
Okay, fine. Hey, look who's here. Or listen who's here.
Who's here. Hi, I'm Lily.
It's
you may know
Lily
me
Jackson.
from podcasts like the first 6 to 12,
Okay.
maybe.
Way back when. Well, she's on winter break, so she's here. And I said, hey,
Hey,
get on the old mic, chickie.
Hop on the saddle.
I don't know what that means.
Chickie.
Chickie.
That's a new one.
No, I call you that all the time behind your back.
Oh, behind my back.
Yeah.
You know what I call you behind your back?
What?
The best mom in the whole world. Just kidding. I call you stupid.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Do you have any updates for the listeners?
Oh, updates? They've been waiting for bated breath for my return.
They've been waiting for bated breath.
Did I say that?
Yeah,
That's
by the way,
embarrassing.
I have bated breath, so don't get too close.
I won't. Brush your teeth. I'm Lily. If you don't know me, I'm mom's adult daughter. I'm in college. I'm about to graduate college, and don't ask me what I'm doing because I will have a panic attack. Feeling great. Happy to be here. Thank you for listening to my mom's passion project. Because all she does is work on it, and it's beautiful. And she has fans.
Wow, I have such a roller coaster of emotions listening to that.
Hope
Okay.
a good roller coaster. Do you like roller coasters?
Not as much as I used to.
Well, I think old age will do that.
Oh, wow. I will say, I mean, as much as I hate that, it's true.
Well, yeah. I mean, I used to go on roller coasters with both you and Dad, and then as you like.
But here's the thing. When I was your age, I loved roller coasters.
I'm sure
I
the
mean,
same's gonna happen to me.
but the last time we got on a roller coaster, I think it was in Vegas, it hurt.
Oh,
It physically hurt.
sometimes they just do physically hurt you, though.
I have never been physically hurt by a roller coaster. Maybe because it was a Vegas coaster.
That'll do it.
Let's name this episode Vegas,
Vegas
Coaster. Okay. All right, guys. I promised you part 2 of Deborah Kohn's interview last week so that I didn't leave you hanging for the entire holidays. So as a special little treat, sure. This is part 2 of Deborah Kohn's episode, and we'll see you on the other side.
Walk, walk.
When that call came, I was walking on air.
Okay, let's talk about that day now. Tell me about the day. What happened?
All right. Well, I kept getting phone calls and I kept getting recordings from the same lady.
What did you say?
And I kept ignoring them.
Do you remember what she was saying?
She told me her name
Uh-huh.
and she explained who she was and that she would like to talk to me about a family member
Uh-huh.
that was born. No, not at first. The
Right.
messages were pretty general.
Right.
It was who she was and what she did, and she wanted to speak with me about a family member. And
Okay, did you have an inkling what she was talking about?
no, in fact, you want to laugh. I called my husband's side of the family because the last name was familiar.
Oh.
And I thought, well, maybe this person has to do with Paul, and they're trying to find him. So I went in and I looked and looked, and in fact, I found somebody online that grew up in where his family was, and thought, well, okay, let me let him know about it. And he wasn't interested. But the calls kept coming, and I said, all right, let me answer the phone and find out what this is about. So when I finally answered the phone, she explained to me who she was, what she did, and that she wanted to talk to me about a family member that was born November 2nd, 1969, and I knew immediately
Uh-huh.
what it was about.
And what was her name?
Julie?
Was it Julie Dixon Jackson?
Yes.
It was me.
Yes.
So you were actually one of, when I first started working for the company I work for now, you were one of, your case was one of my first cases.
Wow.
Yeah. And what is funny is that you're remembering it a little differently than me.
Oh, really?
Well, this is what is interesting. It's interesting because I didn't know anything about you getting the phone calls. I didn't know whether or not you received them. But I also Facebook friend requested you, and you accepted my friend request. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you
Yes.
know why? Just curious.
I think by then I can't remember.
Isn't that interesting?
Um,
I'm wondering, because I've always wondered if you knew who I was when you accepted it. And you also started liking my comments and stuff. So I said, well, she's pretty open. So I think our initial actual conversation was through Messenger. So let's go back. This was the conversation we had.
Okay.
I sent you a friend request that you accepted and also a message request that you didn't see right away. And it just said, "Hi, Deborah, sorry for the random message," which is standard for what I do. Because I don't want people to think, why is she reaching out here? Thank you for accepting my request. Are you there? And then I tried calling you and you didn't answer on the same way I'm talking to you now on Messenger.
Okay.
Then I saw that you were on one day, and this was the 13th of October. And I said,
Okay.
hi, and you said hi back. And then I said, you there? And you said, sort of, not feeling well. So you weren't feeling very well. And I said, sorry to hear. And I said, I've been leaving messages at what I thought was your home number, but I may be wrong. That's why I friend requested. And you said, you're looking for Paul Kohn, right? So
Oh, see, yeah.
so you thought that
Yeah.
I was looking for him. And I said,
Yes.
no, you. And you said, me? Why? And I said, can I call you? And you said, just tell me here. So you didn't want me to call you. Then I said, was your maiden name your maiden name? And then you corrected it, the maiden name that was on the birth certificate. Then you corrected it.
Long. It was long on the birth
Oh,
certificate.
that's right.
And
Yes.
my maiden
And I thought it
name
was
was
strong, but it was Stong.
Stong.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. And then, yeah, you told me who your grandpa was. And then I said, okay, got it. I said, I'm helping someone look for family, and I believe you might be a close relative. And you said, who is the someone? And then I said, his name is Jonathan, and he was born November 2nd, 1969.
69.
Yes. And then I was like, TikTok, what's she going to say? And then you said, yes, I wondered if he'd ever look for me. And I said, he has, and I helped him. And then you asked who I am to him, and then I explained all this wonderful stuff. And the first thing you asked was, is he well?
Yes.
Which is lovely.
Well, my father was a juvenile diabetic, and it's every second generation.
Oh.
And I was worried to death that had happened to him.
And had it?
No.
Oh, thank goodness.
No, he's wonderfully healthy.
Yeah, he is very healthy. Okay. That's great. So we talked a little bit. You said they wouldn't even let me see him, but my late mother did. And you said you weren't given a choice. So somebody made that choice for you, I guess. And then you said you were shaking, which is
Yeah.
yeah, right. And then you told me about the rest of your family a little bit. It was a really lovely, and it was such a relief for somebody like me, because you just never know what kind of response you're going to get. And it's often a shock at first, which is why I usually like to write letters to biological parents now, because they're often shocked at first and don't want to hear it. But when you have it in a letter, they'll when they've calmed down, can go back and read it and see what you want to say and see what the child wants to say and,
Right.
and be heard. But
Right.
oh, he actually did write a letter.
You wrote a letter. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think I forwarded. Oh yeah, I did. I sent it to you now. Wow, I'm reliving this as well. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So your son was. Is he okay with his name being used?
Yes.
Okay.
He was excited when I asked, I verified with him that it was okay
Oh,
with
good. Okay.
him
Okay.
that we do this.
Okay. Good. Um, I called him after I talked to you. This
Hmm.
was, and he was out in the field. But he got back to me right away, and I told him that I'd just spoken to you, and he was
Yes.
so emotional.
Yes.
He's
And he, we talk to each other every day from the 13th of October until I went to visit him in April, this past April.
ah
It was the first time I met the entire family.
oh okay, right, because he has two daughters,
I
right?
met him
Mm-hmm.
for the first time on November 8th. Oh, it was wonderful.
Oh, was
It
it?
was the best day of my life.
Oh, I bet. I bet it was. Were you both emotional at the time? Was he? Is
Yes,
he as emotional in person as he is with me on the
yes,
phone?
yes,
Oh,
yes.
that's lovely.
He
Did
is he is me through and through.
oh, and you look like him. That was the first thing. I think I sent you the side by side of the
Yep,
two of you. Um,
yep,
it's one of the that's also one of the first times I did a side by side of
yes.
mother and child, and to which I enjoy doing because it's amazing. Um,
Yeah, everybody at work was like, "Oh my God,
yeah, yeah,
you can't deny him."
yeah, yes, absolutely. Oh, that's
But
great.
yeah, we just held each other for like 5 minutes
Oh,
and cried. He is just absolutely, you couldn't ask for a better son.
oh. And how was his? Did he tell you a little bit about his life growing up and about his experience as an
Yes,
adoptee?
yes,
Good.
I have baby pictures. I have an album.
Oh wow.
Um, he told me as much as I wanted to know. He was very open, like I am, and just everything I wanted to know. Even now, if a question comes up, I just text him and he texts me right back.
Oh, that's so great. This is one of those fairy tale stories
Mhm.
that not everybody has.
Mhm.
Unfortunately. So I love to, especially coming from a biological mother,
Mhm.
because I've been doing this a while and I have all sorts of reactions from people. And
Yeah.
this one was one of my favorites, absolutely, because it just was so easy and so appreciated. Um, and I'm just happy that you guys are in touch.
Oh, we're more than in touch.
How far away does he live from you?
Um, about 10 hours. He's in Tennessee.
Okay.
I'm in North Carolina.
That's 10 hours?
From where I am, I'm on the coast. I'm
Okay.
on the coast I'm 3 miles from the South Carolina state line,
Okay.
and he's in the mountains in Tennessee, not
Gotcha.
far from where he was born.
Oh, okay.
He was raised very close to where he was born.
And so his parents didn't come from Chicago, right?
No,
Wow. See?
they, I can tell you all about that too. I've met them. They're wonderful.
And they've been welcoming.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
very, very sweet.
That's great. Ah, that's so healthy. I love it. Um, was there anything else that you were told that was incorrect? I'm curious because I get a lot of non identifying information that clients have received and they take it for fact. Whereas I just use DNA, and if the DNA doesn't lead me to that name, then
Right.
I know it wasn't correct. Was there anything else that was a fallacy that you were told?
No.
Okay. But your mom pretty much was in control of everything, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it broke her heart.
I'm
And
sure.
it breaks my heart now that she never got to meet him.
Yeah. How long ago did she pass away?
It was 2011.
Okay. That is sad.
Because
Um,
I know it broke her heart to have to do what she did, but we didn't, we couldn't take care of him.
right.
And
Um,
both of us wanted what was best for him as well as myself.
right.
I just, want to say that another one of my dreams came true.
Uh-huh.
I have two beautiful granddaughters,
And so you
which
have
I will never have from my other children. They don't
Oh.
want children.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's lovely.
When I went in April and met his folks that raised him, I met he has a sister that was adopted also.
Oh, okay.
They adopted him, and then I think it was 7 years later they adopted her.
Okay.
And the crazy thing about them is the woman who took care of this over where I was, the doctor
Mm-hmm.
who was part of this church group, um, she knew this couple from church, and she knew that they didn't have any children, and knew that they wanted a child. And after he was born, she called them on the phone and she said, I have a boy for you, and I'm bringing him right over. They were shocked out of their shoes.
Wait, had they not talked about it before, about the thought of adopting?
Not really.
Really?
They were shocked out of their shoes,
Oh
yes.
my goodness.
And I'll tell you what, he couldn't have had better parents.
Oh, good.
And his dad, I mean, he just adores his dad.
Oh, I love that.
They're very close.
I
And
love it.
he's in his 80s now.
Oh, he is?
Very
Yeah.
spry,
Uh-huh.
very full of life.
Oh, well, what a great story. This is
It is.
a good way to end the year too, as well, because
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody told me I should write a book.
you absolutely should. We all should write books because everybody's story is
Yeah.
unique, and everybody has a voice and should have a voice and should be heard.
Yeah.
Because so many people have opinions about how other people should feel about things, and that's not what this is about.
That's true, but
Yeah.
I have to tell you, absolutely, he has a huge, huge group of people that love him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how good he is.
Yes. Yeah, I can
And
tell.
every one of them and every one of my friends were ecstatic for us. They were just so happy for us. They would say, "Look, I've got goose pimples."
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's so funny because it's such a dichotomy. Like there's some other people, like I've had experiences of late with people that are very dark, that you just don't know what was going on in their mind,
Yeah.
what their mental state may be,
Right.
what the situation is. So you always go in hoping for the best, like your situation, but it's not always that way. And so we have to let others have their emotions about it. But I think it's always smart if people go in expecting the worst but hoping for the best.
Right.
I think that's the best way to put it, because I
Well,
had a wonderful experience too.
good.
And I didn't know of I didn't really know of negative experiences because we only hear the good stories, like on the TV
Right.
shows and like with you.
Right.
But I think people need to hear the not so great stories that come out of it, so that we don't all think that
Yeah.
it's going to be a fairy tale, because it's not always.
When Jonathan and I were together, and even when we're apart, we'll tell complete strangers,
Hmm.
and they're so happy for us.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's
we haven't had any negative feedback.
well, you know what? I think people take their cues from the people who it happened to.
Oh, okay.
So people are going to be happy for you, of course, but they're waiting to make sure that you're happy about it.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? If you weren't happy
right,
about it, they would probably take on that emotion. And so it's really the people who are going through it themselves that are setting the tone, I
right.
think. And for those that it's not going so well for, I think is different.
Right.
And I've been wanting to talk to you for a while because it was such
Okay.
a great experience for me, too. All right. Well, Deborah Kohn, thank you so much for talking to us and telling us your story and reliving it a little bit with me, because this was a very special one for me. So thanks for talking to me.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Okay, we're back. Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you, Deborah.
Okay, I
You're
was
looking at
waiting
me.
for you to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Hey, guys, thanks for listening. Happy New Year. We will be back. We're off next week. We'll be back the week after, and we'll be doing our big old Patreon
Ooh.
rollout. Well, is that what it is?
I don't know.
Rollout? Okay.
Do you
would
have
know
any New
more
Year's
than me.
resolutions?
No, I don't believe in them.
Fair.
Do you?
Grow more teeth.
And on that note, the truth is in your genes.